Man vs. Wild is a reality TV show started by seasoned adventurer Bear Grylls, from where he takes the audience around the world in many unlikely scenarios. Well, the show is in fact fantastic, and we're about to show you why.
I'm Bear Grylls. With me, I have guest star Will Ferrell, and we're about to show you how to survive on Samford's campus.
I'm Bear Grylls. I'm going to show you what it takes to get out alive to some of the most dangerous places on Earth. I've got to make it through a week of challenges in the sort of places you wouldn't last a day without the right survival skills. Now I'm on New Zealand's South Island, where I'll take on everything the country's highest mountain range has to throw at me. We're still bang in that danger zone. Engineer a way across an impassable canyon. Here she goes! I push myself to the limit.
It's starting to get quite cold in this river now.
To show you how to survive.
Like snot.
In one of the most beautiful and toughest environments on the planet.
Oh, jeepers!
Go. One of the many things Bear Grylls teaches is how to make adequate shelter, such as this.
I'm here with Will Ferrell, and after many lessons of climbing, I've taught him how to successfully scale a tree and build a shelter. Parkour was created by the French military as a way to get around from point A to point B in a faster.
Parkour! I made it! I made it, parkour! I made it! Thank you, Bear Grylls.
Building shelters in the wild is one of those things you always do at the end of a day. I've just got to get some sort of shelter made quickly. And it can be so hard sometimes because you're tired, you're exhausted, and the last thing you want to do is, build a proper shelter. But I think the key ingredient is imagination and just using your common sense. And I think the vital things are lifting off the valley floor, so not building it right in the bottom where it's colder. Lift yourself up a few hundred feet off the side of the valleys makes a big difference.
One of the most important things I've done here is really put masses and masses of pine needles as a kind of ground bedding here. And the reason this is so important is you lose the majority of your heat through your body and through the ground. But with enough of this is going to hold the heat and insulate me above and below.
Insulate yourself on the ground, put loads of brushwood down, and try and do the same above so you're keeping dry. But having said that, I did it in the jungle and torrential rain, and the whole thing just kind of collapsed, and I was just soaked wet through.
It's just been pissing a rain for about 4 hours now during the night, and thunder and lightning everywhere, and everything I've got is just completely drenched.
So sometimes it does all go wrong, but that's okay. The main thing is just imagination and keeping the motivation up, even when you're tired at the end of the day.
Bear Grylls knows how to start a fire out of pretty much anything, such as a phone battery.
Okay, fine. Most people who get lost in the wild don't have the luxury of having a fire steel. Most people routinely carry what? Cell phone, wallet, keys, but cell phone, even though it's broken and waterlogged, is actually enough to start a fire. Get the battery out of it. If your cell phone's still working, keep it for if and when you come into range of a signal. Flip the terminal end off. But if it's busted, it can still help you. But this should only be used as a last resort. Touching the blade of your knife across the terminals short circuits the battery, creating sparks and heat. I feel that getting hot, and as soon as I cut into the battery, it's going to expose the lithium to the oxygen, and that makes a spark, heat and oxygen that's going to create fire. I have the tinder ready. Okay, watch out. Here we go. Well, that's going. It's all about priorities. If you've got a cell phone that's waterlogged and not working, you're freezing cold, use that battery, make fire, and save your life.
Whew. Another useful survival technique Bear Grylls shows us is how to cross Class 6 rapids.
Look, you see across there? There's ice even on that branch, you see that? That sheeting is just what I need. It's worth braving the freezing waters for. I always think having your heart rate up a little bit just can help you. Just give you that bit of adrenaline that you need just to carry you through. And you want to get that and get back here. Freezing water can not only stop your heart, it can also have an effect on other parts of your anatomy. Flipping Nora, the Queen's breeze! Woo! The river is fast flowing, the current very strong. It's a hard swim to reach the far bank. Now I'm hit by chilling winds blowing straight down the gorge from the Appalachian Mountains.
After 3 days of traveling around Samford's campus, I finally succumbed to something I can't go around. I'm going to teach you how to cross a raging river such as this. Now, since it's frigidly cold, I'm going to put my gloves in my rucksack to keep them dry.
Go, go, go! Yes!
Do not try this at home, boys and girls. Fuck! Take me back! You gotta stay up on your feet like this! Wow! The force of that river, the rapids, was just sucking me right under. Oh, it's a miracle I made it across. Although we think that Man vs. Wild is a good reality TV show, some people might be opposed to it because of the disgusting fear factor type things that Bear Grylls does on the show. Anywhere from eating feces to maggots to eyeballs to slaying a reindeer is covered on this show. And any audience will cringe at this video. Viewer discretion is advised.
Bear Grylls is about to eat this worm. Look at it crawling.
Slimy little buggers try to get away on you. Miss Emmons, this one's for you. Oh, I can already feel the protein getting to me.
Here's one that's been secured right on the ankle, but also want to secure this antler, its primary weapon. As long as you control the head, you control the beast. Okay, let's dispatch this quickly.
A knife straight between the ears and the animal is instantly brain dead. Any movement now is just reflex.
And that blood is drunk by indigenous people all around the world.
In these freezing temperatures, it doesn't get any better than this. It's warm and full of protein.
And survival food is really pretty, but that is life-giving.
It's minus 20 degrees on this exposed plain. I need to get it gutted and skinned before it freezes solid.
Get right into its chest cavity, just to get the heart. There you go. And look at the size of that for a heart. Whew. But actually, you know, the Eskimos will often eat raw meat. It literally means Eskimo eater of raw meat. And they'll eat it on the go as a way of keeping warm. But that's fine to eat
just like that. At least it's warm. Might well be able to make some sort of wetsuit out of that. It's gonna help me on this swim across there. Okay, let's try. Swim without any protection in these waters, and you'd reach exhaustion and eventually unconsciousness in around an hour. Look, you see that whole thick layer full of fat and blubber there. That's what I'm trying to separate from the main carcass. Just get my hand right in there. I need to be so careful doing this so I don't put a nick in the actual skin itself. Okay, and look, you see you're left with that head hole, place to put my arms. The Vikings in this area of Scotland use seal hide to make rope, clothing, even sleeping bags to protect against the cold winters. It's going to be a bit of a squeeze. But that is the ultimate sealskin wetsuit. I've done everything I can now to face a long, cold swim in these frigid Atlantic waters. Keep swimming hard! Snug fit!
Although Bear Grylls can be a bit extravagant in his ways, that's what makes Man vs. Wild such an entertaining show. The viewer is always wondering what he's going to climb next or eat next. And that is why he has had 7 successful seasons. Overall, Man vs. Wild is a good reality TV show because of the entertaining adventures, beautiful views, and appropriate entertainment, along with the useful survival techniques that he brings to the show.
At least it's warm.